Okay. So hey guys, we're back. And I was thinking about maybe doing the dressage arena and then possibly attempting a few cross-country jumps. So we'll see how this goes. I was looking up stuff with dressage because I never actually did it myself. My instructor, when I did ride, did actually teach dressage, but as I've mentioned before, I was a Western rider, so not really my wheelhouse. Um, and I don't know a whole lot about dressage. It's something I would like to study a little bit, at least like theory-wise and like rule sets and stuff, before I try to actually do anything with it. Um, but I did look up that dressage usually has one of two sized arenas, so I was thinking once we build the parts, we could build both size arenas. And I'm just gonna do it on the same file as everything else and split it up later. Hi, Ruth. Yeah, we did a couple more jumps. Not a huge amount. I ended up setting up some cross rails out of the stuff we already have, just so that like they're kind of pre-prepared. Because like it's not going to be something that would be easy to do probably in engine. So I was like, oh well, like if I need jumps, like might as well do it, you know. And obviously if I use it for anything else like animations or something, it would be nice. And then we also have a version made out of the cross rails and the standard vertical that makes a simple Oxer jump. So I think it looks pretty slick. We also we also gave QB a hat. I need to update him a little. He's a little behind, but I'll do that later. And then we have a couple different models we made for miscellaneous stuff. So we have like cones. We have a jump marker. This one is intended to be for dressage. And then this one is also intended to be for dressage, but it's like a planter style one. And with that one, the labels would be on the front, maybe the sides, and then there'd be flowers out the top. I'm not going to put like a flower thing in there because all you guys are going to see is probably just like planes, and it would have to be textured for it to make sense as like flowers. And I've never actually tried to do that yet, so like that's something I might do later. So I'm not too fussed about that. And we also made markers for jumps and stuff. So we'll use these for the standard show jumping jumps as well as the cross country obstacles. So that's about everything. My middle mouse button loves to break on me. It's so nice. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we're going to set up the orthographic view, and then I need to figure out where the hell, where did I put my stuff? Because I saved images of the dressage arena. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to get these probably set up right away so that they're in there, and then we can do the... We can set up the fencing, and then once the fencing's set up, I can just line it all up with this stuff. Scoot this over here so I can actually see it on my secondary monitor. Oh, and then we might as well save this as jumps 4. So we have a nice fresh thing. Okay, so let's get our image planes in here. Okay, so I think this will work okay, honestly. And then let's turn this so it's 90 degrees. Oops. Oh my god. I'm in like Illustrator mode from work. I keep hitting W as if that's gonna do anything, and it's not, and I'm dumb. Okay. Oh shoot. What was the size of this? 6 meters, it says. Because I got this off of like, I think I got this off of either European or, whatchamacallit, frickin' UK or whatever. It's not American, that's for sure, because it's in meters. Okay, hold on. 6 meters. Okay, so that's 19 feet. Where is our measurement device? Ah, crap, I moved this somewhere. That's not good. Ooh, what did I just do? Okay. Let's see here. Nope, that's not what I want. I want you. Put it under test. Oh, please don't tell me I deleted it like an idiot. Sorry if you guys are hearing the noises. I'm trying to like search for it. Shoot. It's like the ruler thing. Did I put it under here? No. Where did I put you? This is why you put your stuff in places you can find it, and not random places like I do and possibly delete it like an idiot. Ah, crap. I need that meter stick thing. I don't know what I did with it. There it is. Okay, we're gonna copy you and pop this back into the folder I just made, so I stop losing these things like a dumb. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Pull that up, put that back in there. Thank you very much. Okay. So this is about a little over 19.5 feet. So what we're gonna want then is to go something like this. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My brain is literally in Illustrator mode because I work in Illustrator out for my job. So every single time I'm trying to like move, I'm hitting like the space button and that pulls up this instead. And this is a very complex menu and I can accidentally activate things I don't mean to when I do that. So it's very frustrating. Okay. So we're gonna just put this like somewhere roughly between like 9 and 20. Actually, does this have meters? No. I think I have like inches. Yeah, this is centimeters, that's inches. Okay, so yeah, I only have feet, which is fine. I can work with that. Okay, so actually no, delete you, and then in regards to distance, so it was, we need a 6-meter ruler, we need a 12-meter ruler. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be very long. We're gonna label these because I'm gonna forget who's who. Oh, I guess, can I not name it 6M? There we go. Okay. Duplicate you, scoot you, actually scoot the original over and then we'll use this one. Okay, so basically almost 39 feet for the other one. Well, okay, if it's 12 meters, that means it's just gonna be double the length. So I can actually just make a duplicate of you and just lift you up and then just make you twice the size. Oh, what did I do? Yeah, that's probably close enough. And then, yes, we need 12 meters. So it'll be like somewhere around this height and then maybe just a little bit bigger. We'll do something like that. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be close enough. So this is going to be our 12 meters. It was like 39 feet. Roughly. Okay, so the first arena needs, the big arena needs apparently a 6 meter, then 12 meter, 12 meter, bunch of 12 meters. Yeah, and then it needs also to be 20 meters wide. Well, I guess it depends on what angle you're looking at this from. So it needs to be 20 meters and then like wide, and then if you're going like in terms of the longest side, it's gonna be it's gonna be 6 meters on the 2 corner ends, and then, or at the top and the bottom, I guess you could say, and then it's gonna be 12 meters in the middle. It'll make sense once I make it, hopefully. I hope. The other one, I'm assuming it's also 12 meters across, but then is 6 meters, 2 sets of 14, and then another 6. And the reason why it's split up by the different sets of meters is because that's where the, what do you call it? The letters go. And then there's also letters down the middle, down the middle of each of them, and on the outer, on the top and bottom, basically, if you're looking at it like with like a column. The total size of the big one is 60 by 20 meters, and the total size of the small one is 40 by 20 meters. So what I'm aiming for is just to make both of them, just in case. I will probably only use the small one, I think, because the big one just seems excessive. But I don't know. I'm kind of like in the mood to just try out different things. Okay. So let's see here. We need a 14 meter one now. So that's 45 feet. No, 46 feet almost. Okay. So that's technically, well, okay, if we already have something that's like almost 39 feet. Hold on a second. So let's just make it an even 46. Oops. So let's say it's 46 minus what we already had, which was the 39, roughly. So we only need another 7 feet, I believe. Which is a lot easier to measure, because I can just grab this baby, and if I only need another 7 feet, we can use this. This is probably the most roundabout way anybody's ever, like, done this, because normally I think most people use, like, orthographic view, but also I am special. I'm gonna do it my way. Okay, so pop this baby up to this length, and then this is gonna be our 14 meters, or about 46 feet one. It's just a little bit more excessive. So, oh, I need to still make, I gotta make one more, because we almost forgot. I almost forgot. You guys aren't part of this. Not blaming you guys. We need a 20 meter one, which is gonna be even bigger, so what is 20 meters in feet? 65. Holy crap. 65 and a half specifically. Okay, so let's see here. We have the 46. Trying to think of what would be a good way to figure that out. If I can get a 32 high, oh my god, please let me move. If I could get a 32 high thing, then we double that, that'll get us to, that'll get us up there. Okay, so about one thing, so this is the 30 mark. And then this is about worth 1. So we have 30, we need to make it up to, it's actually, okay, so it's 32.75, so it'd be like about this big, I think. So, I know I'm being very specific about numbers and stuff, but it's not actually that big of a deal. I just want things to feel like they're proportional. That's my biggest concern, is just like, I feel like my old models felt very disproportionate. If you ever looked at the video I made of like my test of like having like a sort of mini world to run around in just to kind of place my models in Unity. This was made like way back when, like this was like 2018. It feels really old now. I threw a bunch of models in Unity and like some of the stuff was fine, but there was like a lot of stuff, especially in comparison to the horse and rider model, because I was just using Malbers, that felt super like weird in terms of sizing. Like I think my dressage arena was okay, but like I had a bunch of like buildings and stuff I made thinking that they'd be fine in terms of size, and then when I tried putting them in Unity, everything just felt super weird. Like the character could barely fit under the door of like the house. It was fine for the barn, like you could go into the barn with the player character, the Malbers cowboy, on the horse, but the town was completely off. Like, I mean, I don't even remember if I actually fixed the town, like, originally to check and see if it would, like, make sense. But the town was so bad. Like, I designed it so badly. Like, there was, I think I had some of the buildings so small that you literally couldn't, like, if it had a doorway you could go through, you couldn't fit in. They were all just kind of, like, basic models. They weren't stuff that you could go inside. I didn't design them for that, but, yeah, like, the actual proportions of the cowboy model to the buildings I made, he was bigger than doorways. It didn't make sense, and it sucked. So it's like, that's one thing, is like, I'm gonna be trying to keep everything consistent in terms of sizing. And I hope it works. Okay, so we got 20 meters, and this was how many feet? Like it was like, yeah, 65 and a half almost. I can't do the half, but I can do 65 feet. Okay. Okay, so this one now has to get doubled because of the way we set this up. So technically speaking, what we're doing is we made half the size of it in order to make the full size of it. So this gets us about roughly what we want for that. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. That looks ridiculous. Okay, so we have our 6 meters that we're going to need for the first part. We have a 12 meter one, which is going to be used on the big one, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 12 meters between each of the letters. We have a 14 meter one, which is going to be 2 of those between the letters on the small one. And then lastly, apparently this is going to be the width of the entrance, like the top part of the whole thing. So this looks like this one's huge, but in reality, it's going to be like several of these plus the 6 meters. So it's going to look absolutely humongous. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Okay, so let's get back to perspective view, and then I can hide this stuff. I might put this, we're just going to scooch you over there. Okay, and then we're going to take these guys and just scoot them over there as well. So, alrighty. Dressage parts. Dressage, where are you? Okay, so we need the fencing references. I already have the letters made, so that's cool. So it's really just the fencing right now. And then the other items besides cross-country jumps was I just wanted to make the Western objects, which is mostly just a pole bending and barrel. I have 2 barrel variations I'm thinking about making, to be honest, because like I was thinking about having like the standard metal barrel and then also doing like a more aesthetic wooden barrel. Okay. I can't remember if I actually decided on anything for the fencing, because most of the fencing is pretty standard. But there's 2 different versions I was seeing, and I believe the one that I did originally that I might lean towards is the one that has it where the fence goes through the how do you put it? Like, they're kind of fence posts, but not really. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I can just show you guys. Because I can just swap to the monitor instead. Okay, here we go. So basically, sorry, this is a really tiny image. This is one of the fence posts I'm looking at. This is more of like this feels like a permanent fence post to me, honestly. And then you can see it here. So this is kind of more of a fancy one. I could make both. I don't know if I want to make both though, because that might be more annoying because I have to set it, like, I'd have to set both up in the like arena shape then. So probably not. This one I think is more the other one. So it's kind of, this is like an end piece. There's another end piece. I believe this is the same kind. You can see that they have it so that they can pull the gate away. Yeah, so here's a good view of it. So you can see here that like the end pieces connect up, so like it's just flat panels, and then it goes across, and there's like they meet in the middle of these sections, these kind of post sections. I think this is a similar idea, just different shape to the thing. So it probably slots in instead of like from the top. It slots into the side, I would assume. These are fancier fencing. I might actually move that under the decor style stuff, to be honest, because I do have a couple fences that are like more decorative. Okay. And you can see like the different fence post pieces here and how it looks on the actual thing. There's also these pole ones, like these ones that can accept poles as well. I don't know if I want that. I might just make it like, you know, normal straight one. I probably don't need this one because you can't really see it compared to the horse. And then there's the view of the posts again, so. I'm kind of thinking about just going with the same one I did previously, to be honest. Going with like the slat style ones that just fall into the, fall into each of the posts. I think that'd probably be the most straightforward one. Okay, let's get our stream back. Alrighty, so I think I might make it like a flat bottom one instead of like these kind of little nubby feet ones, because that'll simplify it immensely. But I could probably just use this thing as a base. Make a plane so I can actually see what I'm doing here. And then technically speaking, this shouldn't require like all the extra edges now because it doesn't have... Yeah, it's not going to need all that stuff right this minute. Actually, I could probably just do the fill hole. There we go. Yep, that's good. So what I'm thinking is this one would basically rest right on top of the ground, so I don't want it too deep underground. There we go. Okay, so we have the basic shape, and then from there, I'm gonna pull up the different versions. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just do some basic panels basically. So then that would be pretty much just, oop, there we go. It'd be like this, but not, you come back down here. The nice thing about this is I can just make it very simple and just leave it as a basic rectangle, and it'll just work like this because all it is just a flat plane. Or not flat plane, but it's just you know, it's just a board. It doesn't need to be curved in any way. Did I? Okay. So, let's see here. Pull up the two different styles. We're gonna need an end piece for the corners, and then we're gonna need a middle piece, obviously. So probably could start with the middle piece. Do something like this, and then do I want to bother looking up how tall these things are supposed to be? Standard length of 2 meters. But that's not height. Like, how tall? Oh, excuse me. How tall are these? Oh, this one I'm looking at is just a triangle shape. I don't want to do that, but that's very simple. Yeah, standard length of 2 meters. Okay, that's interesting. I still don't have an answer in terms of how big these are. I'm guessing it's like a 2x4, right? Like it's just a standard board size, I would imagine. Like, I'm just gonna look up an average 2x4 and compare it. Yeah, it's probably just like a standard 2x4. Oh. So yeah, that would make it like 2 inches thick and like 3 inches wide, and then however long you want it. So I guess like if we wanted to get really specific, which I know I shouldn't because I'm already specific enough, but like this would be 2 inches, and then go up, so we're here, so we're going up by 2. God, I am forgetting how to exit out of orthographic. Select both of these, please. Thank you. Okay. All right. Am I doing this right? I hope I'm doing this right. Oh, you know what? I just realized I measured that with the inches ruler, which is not the ruler I've been using. That was not... Or I was using the centimeter ruler. Oh my god, that's even worse. Okay. I can't see this because of the stuff. Okay, so if it's like a 2x4, that means that it's gonna be like... This is half of... No. Half a foot's 6 inches. So it's gonna be like... somewhere around here. If it's like 4 inches wide. And then it'd only be half that for its length. I'm making this more confusing than it needs to be. Lovely. Okay. So technically speaking, if we're working with this, we can do this really quick. 90-degree angle. And then just do like a sloppy split down the middle. There we go. And then I can actually delete this because I'm going to fix this. Oops. I meant to focus on these guys. Okay, and then basically... Actually, that is about 2x4, to be honest. I was actually really close on that. Okay, I'll just keep the original size then. That works for me. Okay, so we're just gonna... Okay, so it needs to be... wider. Or not wider, longer. So 2x4, or no, 2x4 by whatever width, I think. So it's like something like that, I guess. Anyway, no, I'm ruining my own measurement. I'm being dumb. Okay, so this is 2 inches. This is 4 inches wide, so I think if I change this, it would basically be 2 inches thick, 4 inches wide, and then however many inches across for this one, right? So I think that works. Roughly. I can always make it thicker if I don't like it. Okay, it gives us a starting point. That's really what I'm looking for. Alrighty. So we want something like this, and then go something like this. It doesn't need to be super fancy, I just need it to be functional, really. So something like this. If we want to, we can curve it up a little bit, like bevel it and stuff, so it feels a little nicer. Because like that would be basically beveling it, so it feels softer. I don't know if it really needs a bevel though, to be honest. I think I could just hand bevel it so it's not as like ridiculous. Oh, these ones do have, okay, so some of these do have like a little kind of like, it expands outwards at the bottom though, so, actually I don't want the faces now. Give me the vertexes, please. I want all these bottom vertexes, and then it kind of goes out like this a little bit at the bottom. Not a lot, just a little. And it kind of spreads out a little bit, which I think looks kind of nice, so I might do that. Okay, and then it does have like a bevel effect, but I don't know if I want to do a bevel. I don't know if I want to just kind of do my own thing with trying to make it look a little bit beveled. Because like what I could do is just kind of simplify it a little. Because this side is supposed to be not that intense. And then nope, vertex is, oh my god, I'm pressing the thing. something a little bit like that, maybe. Because, like, the thing is, these are going to be really small and not that noticeable. So, like, I want it to look like it makes sense, but I just don't want it to be, like, intense amounts of polygons for something very tiny and minuscule and not really noticed. Which was my problem I had with, like, a lot of my old models, was it was just like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and bevel this and make it, like, a bunch of different freaking things. Whoops, I don't want caps lock on. Well, how does this look with... Oh my goodness. I was like, how does this look with, like, if it was, what's it called? If I did the, soft effect, the smoothing. What's it look like with smoothing? Okay, so let's pop this baby in here. Let's see how this looks. I might make this a little bit thicker because I feel like the standard 2x4 is maybe a little too thin for dressage. It feels like it needs to be like this. Actually, it just barely kind of goes over the top of it, so maybe something like that would be good. Oh my god, I keep hitting like the focus, like it's supposed to focus in on it, but the problem is I hit it before I click on it because my brain's dumb like that, so whoopsie. Okay. Yeah, that's working. Okay. And then basically it would go that you'd have a second one and they'd kind of meet in the middle like this, and then your whole thing would go up. There we go. Okay. That's looking good. That's looking good. Okay. Now we got to do the other version of this, which is going to be the the corner version. So we need a corner variant of this. The corner variant has it where it's like, the one that I'm looking at has it coming in the corner of the shape, but honestly, I think I might just want to have it, I might want to just have it more centered, possibly. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Well, okay, if we, hold on a second. So let's just, like, did I do that wrong? No, it is there. Okay, what if we turn you? Lovely, it's already not at all the same width anymore. That's fine, maybe. I might fix that on this one though, actually, now that I'm looking at this. Just make this like, oh no, wait, make it like that. It doesn't need to be perfectly square, I just want it to feel vaguely like a square. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. That doesn't feel like it's like completely messed up when you turn it 90 degrees. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. Okay, this is a little awkward. So basically what I want then is, let's put maybe something like this. Is that grabbing what I wanted to grab? I think it is. Tug you over. Tug you over. Okay. So I'm going to scoot this one out. Okay, so basically what we need then is we need to remove the edges on one corner, connect it back up, like so. Oh, okay, that didn't actually work out the way I was hoping it was gonna. I'll fix that. Okay. Can I just like straight up? Like, okay, maybe not. Ooh. I am not seeing where I'm trying to put this. Okay, it's not gonna let me do that. I have to go all the way down and across. That's fine. I can deal with that. Okay, center you. Recenter you up with your stuff. Okay. Actually, what I need is this not to turn into a triangle. I need you to close back up. Okay, merge to center. We merge to center, and that should clean that part up. And then now, next step is making this just a purely corner piece, which means that I want this to connect across here, and then across here, and then across here. And it looks awkward. Wonderful. Gotta love that. Okay. Okay, let's just try tugging this up a little and see how that looks, maybe. Let's try tugging this up too, so it's like even-ish. And then maybe make all this stuff like about the same height. That might kind of smooth it out a little. There we go. Okay, I think that's not terrible. That looks like a corner piece to me. I think that'll work. Do that, and then, like, rotate this baby, like, 90 degrees. 90 degrees negative. And then go ahead and scooch it in like so. Do all the corner pieces have that effect where it's like... Yeah, it does seem to have that effect where it's like filled in, I guess. So basically it's supposed to be kind of... Oh, that feels like it's a bit thin there though. Hold on a second. I'm gonna just pull this up really quick and then... Yeah, no, that's definitely not the same width. Oh, shoot. Okay. God, I literally cannot manage to keep this thing to stay accurate, I guess. Okay, so... Actually, no, I don't need to move the whole thing, because the whole thing should... Technically, the whole thing should still be fine. It's just I need to pull these so that they remain similar width. I don't want to make it too wide, though. I want it to feel snug, you know? Okay, so... Can I just, like, duplicate? No, I don't think I can. I was like, can I just duplicate this one face and just steal it? Oops. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't accidentally do something stupid by duplicating attempt. No, I don't think I did. Okay. I think I did it correctly. Alright, so... Just turn this back around. Pull this back up so I can mess with you. Okay. Pull this back down. And basically what I need is for this to match in size. It might be, I wonder if like the top is what's throwing me off too. Because it's kind of leaning in there. So maybe let's pull the top back a little bit. That probably could work fine. And then this just scoots in a little bit, and now it feels a little more even. Okay, and then basically what we want to do then is tug this back up. And this is going to be a little bit tricky to pull off, Because basically what I'm gonna try to do is I might try to get this to kind of match up internally, I think. So basically merging these. I can't see anything. Oh, that one's way off. Merge you two together. Merge you two together. And everything down here should already be merged automatically. So the key is making sure that we don't accidentally have anything on the inside that is like an extra, whatchamacallit, poly in there. So a bunch of these have like this middle thing in here, which I'm assuming is just for stability purposes. So, why not? I can try to replicate that, you know? Okay, so give that a little bit of a wide room. Make sure these two line up properly, and then maybe just tug. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's gonna be a little awkward. Because it's basically, yeah, okay, I see a problem, Okay, if we want this to work without it looking dumb, we're gonna have to do a little something like this. And then basically remove these parts. And then rebuild. Actually, I just need to extrude one. So do that. Make sure I'm only selecting the one thing. Do that. And then we might be able to just extrude these babies in. Center them up here. Make sure I'm not grabbing anything I don't want. And then oh god, it's hard to see. What the hell's going down there? What the hell are you? Oh, that's the bottom of the... Okay, I was like, what are you? Okay. So... now... Ooh, did I just make a bigger mess for myself trying to do this? I might have. I may have made a slightly bigger mess. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is just make this feel more, I don't know, natural, maybe? Let's try this instead. It's probably like a very nonsensical way to go about this, but whatever. I do nonsensical things all the time. Okay, extrude. Pull you out. Put these two together. Make sure I'm not accidentally selecting something that's going to cause my whole thing to freak out. The number, like, there's so many times that I have managed to somehow grab something I did not mean to, and then it, like, later on I'm trying to, like, mess with something, or, like, I'm trying to do, like, rigging or something, and it's just like, where did you come from? And it's so stupid. Okay. There we go. It's a few extra polygons, but I think it makes it feel better, because now it doesn't have, like, that cramped look, and the, this section isn't literally connected back up to itself. Like, nobody's gonna see it. It just bothers me. Which is like the story of my life. Like, nobody's gonna notice this. No one is gonna notice this, but it bugs me. Okay. There we are. So that cleans that up a little bit. That's not too terrible, I don't think. We got a functioning corner piece. Would it look better if it kind of dipped down? No, I don't think so. Would you look better if I kind of tugged you in? Not really. I don't really want to make it more complex, so. Maybe make this a little less uneven, I guess. And just like tug this up so it kind of matches everybody else a little better. There we go. Yeah, I think that makes that feel a bit more even now. Because this one was more simplified. So now this feels like way more even. It doesn't really have like... You can't really pull off that sort of like slightly raised section like you can on the first one. I could like even it out on the middle parts if I wanted to. I don't know. I think it kind of looks okay. If I do even it out though, maybe... If I even this out, it might work best if I keep everything the same height though. I'm just gonna see how this looks. Oop. Okay, I don't know why the hell... What am I grabbing? Oh, down here. That's who's messing it up. Okay. Somebody else is getting messed up. There we go. So maybe grab both of those at the same time and then do this. Stop selecting the bottom junk because I don't need it. And then... Actually, no. Let's try doing this and then pull it back up a little bit. And maybe we'll go with something like that instead. Because that feels a bit more professional. Yeah, I think that might work. Okay, so we got our boards, we got our little container things. Now, technically speaking, I think the way that the dressage arena gets set up is like because these are like certain length. I think they said it was like 2 meter length boards. They're not going to line up with the arena itself for like the letters. It's going to line up differently. Let's see here. Close out of those now. I don't need those as a reference anymore. So if we pull up the actual arena, the arena itself is going to be made out of multiple of these due to them being the 2 meter wide, which, forgive me, my brain forgets what the hell 2 meters is in feet all the time. I forget everything related to converting the two, which would be about 6.5 feet. So basically, if we do want to keep this somewhat realistic, what we can do then is we can make our boards about 6.5 feet, which would be about this. Get me back into perspective, please. Thank you. Turn you 90 degrees. So if we take this board as a example, and yeah, that's close enough for line up. Take you, and we spread it out here. I'm assuming the reason why these babies are 2 meters each is because it's easy enough to break it down, because obviously if you're working in 6, 12, 14, or 20 meters, like, it's easy to break that down into 2 meter increments. Now, I don't know if I want to make these actually 2 meter increments, or 2 meter boards, because that's going to end up with like a lot of models, and I don't know if we really need to have that many models. But it does give us a starting point at least, which is nice. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna duplicate these guys, and then I'm gonna duplicate this one and put it on the end. And I need you to churn like this, so I need you to be -90. What if I just make you... Okay, it is basically still pretty square, which is good. So this would go like that. That feels really tiny. Not gonna lie, that feels so small. Jeez. Okay, I guess we'll just see how this feels when I set it up. Because, like, I guess it doesn't really make sense to make them like, actually the length of the sections, technically. Okay. Before we do that, though, I need to clean up the mess I made here. So, is everybody equal to the ground? Yes, everybody's equal to the ground. Okay. So this is going to be dressage post middle 1. This is going to be dressage post corner 1. Okay. And then board 2 meter, I guess 1. Yeah. I guess we'll just start with that and see where that goes, I suppose. And then I'm gonna delete those, duplicate you, and set you up on the other end of it. This is gonna be ridiculous, I have a feeling. So we have that 2 meter board. Yeah, these are still called jump met things. Okay, so we're gonna call you number 2. Get rid of that because we don't need it anymore. We can turn that off. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, these corner ones are a little bit higher res, I guess, than I would have liked, but I do prefer the general look of it, so I guess we'll see if I need to, like, simplify this. Because, like, realistically speaking, I could just really use... Oh, I think I hid them. The miscellaneous objects... Where did my... There they are. Hold on, let's get you guys all scooted out of the way. The miscellaneous objects, I could actually probably use them or simplify them down. Can I please... Why are you not... Weird. I think I hit something wrong on the thing. The miscellaneous objects, I could technically just use the jump markers or like a simplified version of the jump markers like I already did. And I don't technically need to have it set up like this. I could just have them go through it and then just kind of like texture the look of it. So that's an option I might consider later because this is a little bit excessive for like just simple dressage models. But at the same time, I don't know, it might not be that bad. I guess I'll have to see because, like, it's not like I'm trying to put this on mobile or something. Like, this would be a PC thing anyways. And again, it's also, like, this could be used for, like, rendering and stuff anyways. Animation. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, so we're going to group all these together as the dressage... arena parts group. Let's do that. Okay, then we'll center this. I did not want to hit that. Center pivot on you as well. Put you up there. I'm just gonna add it to the miss objects, I think. But it can be its own group. Just because it is kind of a miscellaneous object right now. Okay, these guys. These gotta lay flat on the ground. That's not... What is it? One... Oh, I put it on the wrong one, that's why. Close enough. Alrighty, this is gonna be fun. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna leave this over here and then we're gonna take a copy of you and you get to get churned. Oh my god, stop clicking on random stuff that you don't need to click on. This one gets to be made into 90-degree angle. And then it'll need to be on the opposite end of the arena. And then size this baby up. And let's see if I can use this. We'll start with I think, with the smaller one, because that'll be simpler. Not as much BS I have to deal with, hopefully. And we'll go ahead and align everything to this, roughly speaking. Are these two lined up? Honestly, more concerned about these being lined up than anything. Well, the easiest way to line this thing up is just to reduplicate it, because this thing feels like it's off, but I don't know if it's just the angle from perspective. It probably is, to be honest. Okay. So we have the 20-meter distance. Yeah, because it's 20-meter entrance on both of them, which makes sense. And then what we need is the 6-meter one. So we need a 6-meter down here. And then a 6-meter, actually, just pull it up like this, 6-meter up top. And then we need two 14 meters, which I think should be these ones. And this is where I realize that this diagram is not remotely realistic. So rip, I'm gonna have to do this normally. Okay, so it goes something a little like this, roughly speaking. So line that one up close enough. That one about close enough. That one about close enough. That's probably pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that's the start of an arena. And now, I guess the fun part of trying to make these little bastards work. I just realized that's like way above the ground now. Okay. I'm going to delete that one for now. Maybe let's group all of this stuff so it stops confusing me, and then grab the dressage arena parts. So we're going to call this dressage arena part, dressage arena small. So yeah, in terms of how this would function, these guys gotta, this whole group needs to move down. So it's like on level roughly. Maybe just put it a little bit underneath. There we go. Okay. Can I just... Okay. Oh, no, I didn't mean to freeze you. I meant to lock you. There we go. Okay, now this shouldn't be able to be moved even if it's selected. Never mind. It's gonna move it anyways because I think the group is locked. Wrong group. This group is locked. I didn't actually group the objects within the... I didn't actually lock the objects inside of it. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that will prevent me from accidentally grabbing things when I don't mean to. Wait, why is there... What? Oh, I didn't want you to move over here. Stay over there. Okay, so move these. And then we're gonna end up needing to make a corner piece anyways. So we might as well do that right away. I think what I'll do... Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just set it up on the inside like that or something. Okay, so let's see how this works out. And scoot this in. I am a little worried that this is going to be like excessive. I guess we'll see, to be honest. Like, I mean, once I start duplicating parts, it'll probably become a lot easier, to be honest. So, it probably won't be nearly so bad once we have, like, enough stuff that's been copied. Because once I make this end, that means we can just go over to the other end and duplicate all of this. I hope it's not accidentally duplicating the other thing. That would really suck. It is. It is duplicating it. Dumb thing. Just delete it. There we go. Okay, I need this to... this group needs to turn all the way around, but... okay, it's kind of... No, wait, no. That's... I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, that should be fine. Okay. So... now we have the top and bottom of our arena. I'm still a little worried about how many boards this is going to take. But I mean, like, it does usually take quite a few boards to do these things in real life. Because, like, looking at, like, this decently sized arena I have an image of, there is a lot of, you know, posts and stuff across it, so... Then again, though, it does only have 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 across the top, so I wonder if I should simplify this down, because, like, this is kind of, like, ridiculous how short this is. So it would be like, let's see here. So if we have, ooh, I need to duplicate another one of these and then pull this over to the opposite side. Oh my god, please behave. Okay, so this baby needs to turn this way, which would be -90. And if we're keeping the same distance on the boards, it would basically match up like that, which doesn't look like it's actually going to match up, but we'll figure it out. And likewise, we're going to have to duplicate this and turn it like this, which would be -90. So it's going to look like that. Okay. So we would have to have these ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is it 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11. Okay, so if we wanted to be 10, we'd have to stop here. Otherwise, so maybe if we do these and then this would have to be the middle one, but we need 2 of them on both sides of the entrance, so that wouldn't quite work. So we can't do that setup. So what if we did these 2 instead? And then say I did this, group it, center the pivot, and then do a 90-degree angle. Math. Okay, yep, that could work. Okay, so let's go with that because this is gonna be, this will be way less intense than like the number that I'm currently making. So that means that we can remove those ones, use this, scoot this over now. Yeah, that'll be a lot less intense. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of all of these. I really, like, I don't know if I'm doing this wrong. I could have sworn there was like a way to make it so that things aren't selectable but still visible, but whatever. I can figure that out later. So basically this whole thing would be open, which is probably fine because, I mean, you gotta think it's a horse that's gonna be going through it, so it's like, you don't want to make it too small anyways. Okay, so I will have to rename all these frickin' planks though, which is gonna be a nuisance and a half, but that's fine, I'll figure it out. Okay, so this will have to be like plank 1, plank 2, 3. Oh, do we already have a 3? We do have a 3 somewhere. I'm just gonna delete you, rename it. Your new 3. Okay, there we go. And then we have corner post 1, dressage post middle. Can I name you 1? Yeah, I can rename you 1. Okay. Rename you 2. No, apparently we still have a 2. Name. Why can't I name you 2? What is your problem? Oh my god, it keeps going up. What if I name you 2A? Oh, okay, it'll accept that, I guess. Jeez. Okay, so name you corner post 2. Okay, that's a little bit better, a little more manageable now. Okay, so I'm gonna delete. I'm gonna just put this in like its own layer so I stop selecting it like an idiot. Okay. So I'm gonna grab all that stuff and basically that is gonna be our reference for where this needs to go. And then group, no, don't group you. Duplicate, then group. And then do a 180 and pull that up here. Okay, so then group you 90 degrees. Do something like that. Pull this back in there, and then we just need a middle one here now. I just want it to be like slightly closer. I don't need it to be like super far off. Just a little bit. That's probably good enough. Okay. And then grab all of these guys and then just duplicate them and pull them down to here. Oh my god, can I like group you and then move your pivot, because you're driving me insane because I can't see the frickin' pivot. Here we go. What the hell did that just do over here? I guess I duplicated the, okay, never mind, it's fine. Okay. Delete you. That probably works okay. And then all of these should be fine. Okay. I think that gets us the basics of a dressage arena. And then pretty much from there, I want to grab these markers and use these to reference distance. Okay. I gotta rename everything. Oh, excuse me. I gotta rename everything, and also I need to I need to rename everything, and I need to remove the references, and then get these guys set up within the arena. Okay. Okay. So I like size this up a little. It's not that bad in terms of how far off it is. Okay, so we have one marker here, one marker here, one marker there. Duplicate all of these guys. We can group them, do a did I want to do 90 or did I want to do 180? Why is the frickin' thing so far off? Okay. Actually, hold on, because it was off. Duplicate group, recenter pivot, then do the 180 so it stops being stupid. And then recenter. Wonderful. Okay, that one's kind of on the spot. For some reason, this one isn't centered. Okay, whatever. Good enough. And then ungroup these guys. Okay. Actually, I just need to duplicate one of them, put you here, and then like do like roughly a 180. What did I say was? Oh, whatever. It'll probably have to get fixed later anyways, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, these things, delete you. Actually, wait, did that delete? Ah, frick, that deleted the example too. Okay, so unlock everything. Unlock everything. These guys can get deleted. I need to keep these ones though as part of my miscellaneous parts. So you can go in there. Get out of my way. Okay, I guess we'll just start with this one. Like just a basic arena. I was gonna do like the big super huge one, but to be honest, because I don't know if I'm ever gonna get around to using it anyways, I don't really feel like it. So I think what I'll do is I'll keep the small one. If I need to make the big one, I can figure out the big one later. But this is probably a good start for a dressage arena, I say. And then we can probably add this to the junk layer so it gets out of my way. Group all these guys together, pop them in here. Let's delete our history just to make sure we don't leave anything behind we don't want. Delete all of this. Ungroup this within here. Okay. So now we got to figure out what the hell's going on with the naming conventions for this stuff, because this is ridiculous now. So, oh my god, the way it renamed things is awful. Oh god. Okay, can I just rename you back to 2? Or are you gonna be stupid with me? 3. I guess we'll just go around. 4. Oh god, I gotta sneeze. There we go. Okay. 5. 6. Probably gonna be easier just name things and then find them. 7. 8. 9. Okay, we'll just keep going around to, oops, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh shoot, I might have to rename these anyways, actually, because they're not 2 meter anyways. Dressage, we'll just call it like, we'll just call them dressage board, I think. So I'll do dressage board 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. Okay, that'll be a little bit easier for renaming now. Alrighty. Next one. 15, 16, 17, and then 18. So it looks like we have a total of about 18 boards. As long as I didn't mess anybody up. Okay, there we go. So we have all the dressage boards. I might just group all these guys together, to be honest. So now they're all together. Okay. Da, 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 da. Can I name you 2 now? Yes, I can. Good. Okay. Oh my god, why is this one still doing this to me? Oh, it's because there is a post mill that's named 3. Okay. Fair. That's fair. As annoying as it is. Okay, there we go. Do we have a 4? We do. Post middle 4. Okay, there we go. Post middle 6. Ah, damn it, we already have a 7. There we go. Corner 3. Corner 4. Okay, who's next? Post metal, middle 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Okay, and then we have the dressage markers, which I may change this a little. So we start with this one as 1. This one as 2. This one could be 3. This one can be 4. This one could be 5. 6. 7 and 8. Okay. So then let's put the markers in their own group. There we go. Okay, Dressage Arena is basically good to go. I'll put this under, oops, put the parts under here. We could actually probably put these two under there as well. So all the dressage stuff is in the same area. Center pivot U, center pivot just in case. And then basically good to go. Put that over by our junk stuff. So there we go. Look at QB in the arena. That's a pretty decent sized arena, to be honest. I think that came out alright. Okay, so, yeah, I was gonna do the full-size one, and then of course, like, you know, you can remove this part to open it up. I was gonna do the full-size arena, but I'm kind of doubtful I'm gonna end up using it. At least not until, like, I start figuring out stuff for, like, more advanced competition stuff. So I think doing, like, the smaller arena with just, like, the 3 markers in the middle is gonna be fine. And then I can just basically, not size it up per se, but I can do a second version that'll fit, like, the larger arena size. And then that can host, like, more complex movements and stuff, probably, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, I don't know that much about dressage. Okay. But there we go. We have a dressage arena now. So I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet of stuff that I want to make. And we can finish crossing off the actual dressage content. I might actually, though, put in specifically... let's see here. Dressage. I think we're going to count the arenas as their own thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out large and small arenas. We're going to leave the big arena as unmade, but we can still keep the small arena as made because it is indeed done. So we'll mark the small arena as necessary, the big arena as optional. And then basically what we got left to do is going to be the cross-country stuff, the Western ones, and then that's about all I'm going to be modeling because everything else would be either decoration or it would be horse racing. And I'm not going to do horse racing because I'm not interested. So let's see here. Should I just get the Western ones out of the way? Those will take me, like, maybe just a little bit. Because, like, the thing with the Western stuff is, like, when it comes to barrels, a large part of the barrel, a large part of the thing with the barrels is that it's going to be more the texture on it than the model. I could put details in with modeling. Like, I could make it so that the rims stick out, and I might do that just to kind of give it, like, a little bit more of a feel, but I can keep that still relatively simplified. Only thing is, if I do barrels, I think they're usually the standard steel drum, so it's saying here that that is 33.5 inches. Or 35 inches. 35 would probably be fine. Anywhere between those two is fine by me. And then about 23 inches wide. Yeah, good enough. I just need a rough estimate of what it needs to look like. Or, not what it needs to look like, but a rough estimate of, sizing. You yelling at me about autosave again? Yes, you are. Oh, you need to autosave again. I'm like, yes, 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 thank you for the reminder. Quite literally, but also, yeah. Okay. So, I might just squeeze out the western ones, and then we can do cross-country jumps, and then see where we get with that. Cross-country jumps, I have a feeling, depending on how I tackle them, because I'm kind of doing these streams more out of like my current interest rather than just like I am purposely trying to use this for a project. Like it is for a project, but it's not like a planned project. It's not like this is going to go into anything right now. So a large part of what I'm doing here is mostly just me going, that'd be neat, and then just doing it. So it is not really intended more for purposeful, like I'm going to put this one into something right away. It's not that at all. Okay, so in terms of height, I will make a barrel in a second. I'm just going to use this for measurement. Hold on. Okay, so... So that's about 3-foot high barrel, and then 23 inches to feet would be about 2 feet wide, which makes sense. So it'd be about like this, and then another one for measuring out the, what do you call it? The diameter? Not the circumference, I think it's the diameter. Okay, perspective view again. Grab these two. I need you to rotate this way. 90 degrees, please. And then top-down view. Actually, I don't need both of them to do that. I just need the one, but that's fine. I'll fix it in a second. Okay. So we basically need a barrel. Oh, shoot. I messed that up. We need a barrel. It's going to be about this wide. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, good. And then this one, let's take that off of the 90. Put you up there or something, I guess. Okay, and then grab the top of this. I shouldn't have to go into orthographics because I should just be able to see it in this view. And that's going to give us the rough size of the barrel that we want. If I make this thinner. And just put this across the top. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it to be realistic-ish. So it's not me making like a barrel that's like twice the size of a horse when I put it together with the horse. That's the only thing that's the one thing I don't want to have happen. It's just like, please, I just want a barrel that makes sense. Okay. So since we're working with barrels though, unfortunately, like it is just a given that these things are going to be very high poly unless you do super simplified barrels, which like they're not going to look good. So I don't really think I'm going to pull it down from the current amount of subdivisions it has, which is 20. I think 20 subdivisions gives us a nice barrel look. It's not like super crunchy when it comes to the model. So I'll probably keep it like that. Now, basically, with the actual barrel, I'm going to keep a copy of this. Where's my junk layer? I'm going to keep a copy of this cylinder just in case I need the basic version of it for anything. There we go. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to maybe make like 2 different barrels. We're going to make a metal barrel, and then we're going to make the, maybe make the wooden barrel. So, okay. So what I want to do is I want this like halfway through it. I'm going to do probably like a really stupid way of like figuring this out though, because that's just how I roll, I guess. So we're just going to we're going to do this like in the dumbest way possible, I swear. 180, flip it, and then we're going to do it like this. There we go. So basically, for these barrels, the way that they work, or not work, but the way that they look is you obviously have the top part, and then a metal barrel has two. How do you explain it? It's like, I mean, like, if you've seen a metal barrel, you know. But it's got, like, you know, it's divided into like 3 sections, right? So if I'm gonna do that, then what I might want to do then is pull this upwards and downwards, so we leave it with a middle section, and then I'm just gonna test something again. Wrong one. You? Yes. Okay, so that's slightly off. Okay. I'm sure there's like a smarter way to do this, but I do not know what it would be. This is just me trying to figure out. Okay, so... I'm just trying to figure out like a really quick way of getting all of this stuff to be even. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so what we can maybe do then is see if we can combine these two together and then go all the way around, and let's see if it behaves. I think it is behaving. I think it's working. Okay. Now it does look a little funky because of the way I tried doing this, so what I might do instead is just do it like this instead, and using the other one as a reference. Because that looks about right to me. Yeah, like that looks close enough, I'd say. Maybe you could raise this one up just slightly taller. That's probably fine. That should work. Okay, so I don't know why it does this, like why it looks kind of funky when I do like the bridging versus like the actual more natural looking barrel, I guess. I'm also going to make a copy of this one, I think, for my junk files, just in case. Basically, the whole junk stuff is just a backup copy of everything, just in case I need to go back to it, I have any issues, etc., etc. Okay, so I could just leave it at this. Like, I don't even technically need to put the these sections in here. But what I was thinking about doing was basically trying to add like a thin section around it. I'm gonna immediately now get concerned about if this is like not actually even, but I'm gonna try not to. Okay, so we do that, and then very gently, it is like an it's like a rim that sticks out. So I don't want it to be too noticeable because then it's just gonna look really crap because of the low poly. But this is something I think I tried to do on my old model, and I think it looks okay, honestly. I could actually split this down the middle too if I wanted. Okay. And then we can give the tops and the bottoms a little bit of a rim as well. Do I want it to go in or do I want it to go out? Definitely in. Make it go in. It looks weird if it's not. Okay. I could technically also have it so that like this whole middle section comes inwards too. I don't know if I want to do that though. What if I do this and then suck it in like this? Does that look okay? I feel like it's unnecessary. I feel like you could probably pull that off with like... I think you could just pull off like the actual look of a top of a barrel with textures, to be honest. So I think this could work for a metal barrel. I think it looks okay. Like, it doesn't need to perfectly look like a proper metal barrel, to be honest, so that should be fine. Okay, wooden barrels are another situation, because wooden barrels aren't really used much in actual Western eventing. It's more of an aesthetic thing, really. Because Because, like, I remember when I was, like, playing, like, Corral Club and stuff like that, like the old Let's Ride Western games, because there's not actually a lot of Western horse games, shockingly. Um, they use mostly metal barrels. I don't remember them ever using wooden barrels, because that's not really what you use. But if you look at a game like Star Stable, that just kind of has Western in there as, like, a sort of, like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but, like, it's novelty. It's like a novelty, which isn't bad by itself, but, like, it just doesn't, like, it wasn't really in there as, like, its own thing until 2020 when they released Starshine Ranch. And because it's Star Stable and they have limited models, they just use wooden barrels. I like the aesthetic of wooden barrels. I think it looks nice. So I'm probably gonna just make, like, a really simple wooden barrel. And I think what I'll do is I might give this one, like, an actual, like, indented top, like a wine barrel would. But the rest of it, like the metal, like, rings on it and stuff, I think would be modeled, or not modeled, would be textured instead of modeled. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do barrel metal one here, and then we're gonna, well, when I'm done with this one, we'll rename it to wooden barrel. So basically I want this middle section to stay even, but where the metal barrel is very much like a very perfect cylinder, this one is, it's gonna have a, like, gentle, whatchamacallit, it's gonna have, like, a gentle, okay. What the hell what did I do here? Oops. Okay, whatever. It's gonna have, like, a gentle, thing. Anyways, we're gonna do the same trick on this one that I did on the other one, where I'm just gonna flip it. Oops. 180, please. Negative 180? No. I think 180 is fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're just gonna flip this just to make sure that I figure out where the centering is on it. Good enough. Okay, so we have the centering, and then I'm gonna give it a little thing at the top and the bottom. Realistically speaking, I could actually probably just duplicate this one. We'll see how it goes. And then we're gonna kind of pop it out a little bit. I think what I'll do, I might have to do... Actually, hold on, I'm gonna make it so it's already, like, gently... Oh no, wait, I need to grab both of these at the same time, otherwise they won't match up. We'll do something like that. Okay, so that's not bad. And then what I'm going to do then is I'm going to delete the top half and then rotate it. And we're going to see if this baby matches up correctly. So I want that like so. I think, arguably speaking, it's probably close enough that it's not really worth worrying about. It doesn't look that much off. I guess what I could do is, if I'm worried about it being off, I could just duplicate this again. I literally just had it, I know, but don't worry. Let's do an aligned here, roughly. And then do... well, center the pivot, and then do I want to do a duplicate special? Yeah, do something like that, and then basically by doing this, I can get this to still match up Does that? It's just a little bit shorter than the other one. That's fine. That's not a big deal. I can make it a little bit bigger if I need to. So by doing this, then we can combine this baby back together. No, you did not. Oh my god, hold on. That's not what I wanted. Basically, Maya just crashed on me. I don't know why. Hold on. Oh, I gotta get it all back up, and it's just freaking pain in my butt, and that means that the last time I saved is going to be the last time I was working on this, which I don't think I saved since I made the barrels. So that's great. God, I hope the dressage arena is done, because I do saves like every half hour. Like every time it prompts me to do an autosave, I have that set to like every half hour. And okay. Why is the crash log up there? That's weird. Why are you? Okay, just close out the crash log then. Yeah, the barrels didn't get saved. Please tell me this is named correctly, though. I think it is. Oh, God, Maya's being a butt now. I'm just gonna force quit everything that's Autodesk and hope that it starts working correctly. Oh my god, Maya. I really hope I don't have to restart my computer to get this to work correctly. I'm gonna try this again. I might have to restart my computer. Okay, Maya's just being difficult. Yeah, I don't know what else to do if it's not going to run right now without crashing. I might have to stop it there and then just investigate. I probably, unless I can get it working like immediately after a restart, I'm probably not going to resume streaming. Because I might have to investigate what else is going on with this and why it just keeps crashing. I don't know if it's something else or if it's Maya itself. Okay. The arena did get saved. Because I did do I had an auto save notification come up, which means that I did do the save after the arena was done. Yeah, I've been messing with it. It seems like I might I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with my file, but it is... I'm in an open scene right now. Like, so here, I can turn off the BRB screen really quick. It's okay for now. I feel like if I do anything, I'm gonna like scare it and it's gonna crash again. It really sucks because I was really happy with where those barrels end up, so I might fix the barrels later. I don't know. But yeah, I have like just a open scene right now. This has nothing in it. So this is working fine, you know? But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to keep doing the stream in case it crashes again. Because it would be like another hour worth of modeling, and the last thing I want is like, if I only save every half hour, because I don't want to be saving every 2 seconds. If I save only every half hour, it crashes on me again, and I don't know why it's crashing. Well, I mean, I almost never know why it's crashing. It's freaking... Maya crashes on me all the time, but it's being frustrating right now. Which might be because I have other things running in the background, so I need to investigate that, to be honest. But yeah, like, it's letting me have it open right now. Cool. I need to figure out why it kept crashing. And it might be related to my file, which if it is, that's really concerning. But the upside is I do back up my files. I save in iterations, so as you guys saw, that was jumps 4 or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, like, it might be fine. It might just be like, it could just be I have too many things in that file and it's just not happy with me because I have other things running in the background. Because it does seem like it's okay. Like, this is a fresh file. Like, this is, I haven't saved this out. I haven't done anything with it. It doesn't have anything in it. It has no history on it either. So it could just be that maybe I just need to separate my stuff out into different files. Maybe it's because I had too many Chrome tabs open again. I don't know. So I might just end up investigating that because, like I said, the last thing I want to do is try to open up a file and then it keeps crashing on me over and over again and I don't make any progress for the rest of the night. So I was hoping to like do the Western stuff really quick and then maybe start on like the first cross-country jump. But like I said, if Maya's going to be unstable right now because of something that I need to figure out what, like if it is a matter of like I'm just eating too much RAM on my computer, or if it's like the file got corrupted. I don't think it's the file. If it's the file, I think it's more in the sense of like the not size per se, but like, well, maybe the size. If it's anything to do with the file, it's just a case of like I'm just gonna have to separate out the pieces of it basically. Like I think that's the only thing that's gonna have to happen with that. Yeah. Maya doesn't like Western. Yeah, so I think I'll just end it there because I just don't want to take any chances. It might be okay with a fresh file if the problem was just you're running too many things and it's getting fussy because I've been running Maya for too long. And my computer just needs like a refresh or something. Who knows? But like I don't want to restart and then do the stream for like another hour and that's like split into 2 parts. It's already gotten split up enough times, so yeah, I hope it's not a corrupted file either. I do save, like I said, I save in iterations, and I also export my stuff as FBX and OBJ. So the good thing is, it would ruin my... I think FBX keeps it, because FBX is native to Maya. It's native to, I think, both Autodesk programs, or whatever, or all Autodesk programs, but OBJs, while they are basically something I can pop into anything like Blender and like other ones, OBJs ruin my like setup with like layers and outliner and stuff. It's really annoying, but that's how I get things back and forth between like Maya and Blender and other programs. So yeah. Yeah, like I've lost some major amounts of work in Maya. Usually what ends up happening is it's like, obviously I already figured it out, so like, it's easier the second time, but it doesn't really, like, it doesn't make me feel good, you know, so, yeah. But like what I was seeing from when I could open the file and it wasn't crashing, like I saw the arena in there. I don't know if the naming was done because I saw some of the naming. Like I was able to like open Outliner for a second and I saw some stuff was named. I mean, obviously I have Outliner already open, but I was able to click on the model and see it in Outliner, rather, is what I should say. And it looked like stuff was named. So I think the hierarchy saved. Hopefully I don't have to rename it. I mean, like, renaming stuff's gonna be, like, the least of my worries, honestly. That's more just a chore rather than anything that's really difficult. I'm just more pissed that the barrels didn't save. So that sucks. I might end up just, like, making the barrels and the poles off screen. I could record them if people are that interested, but like it'll probably just take me like maybe 30 minutes or less to make them, honestly, especially if I'm not chatting. So I don't know. I gotta figure out though why Maya's crashing. If it's just me having too much stuff running, that's a good possibility, or if there's something else going on that is like I'm not aware of. I gotta figure that out. So I think, though, I will end it here. And then I'll stream some more Tinykin on Sunday, and then we'll see how things go. Hopefully, I can get back to doing the cross-country models next Thursday. If I have to, I might just open them in a new file and just do a separate file, because like I was saying, I need to separate this stuff out into their own files. I don't really want, like, the show jumping jumps with, like, the dressage stuff. Everything does need to get separated into individual files and whatnot, so I don't know, maybe I'll do that if I can figure out why Maya's crashing. So we'll see how it goes, because maybe I just need a fresh file for everything and it's just been pissy with me because everything's on the same file. It doesn't make any sense if that's the case, but also Maya crashing never makes sense, so it's like, I don't know, I'm willing to try anything. Freaking stupid program. I still love Maya. I really love Maya. Except for LT. LT sucks. I've used LT a few times. It's not like the worst thing ever, but like they just gutted the crap out of like the actual program, and it's so stupid. Like, if I use LT, it's gonna be like once in a while. Because I used it briefly when we were testing it out for stuff. It's really cheap. It's really cheap, but it really sucks, and I hate it. I hate it so much. It doesn't have any rendering capabilities. I think everything's just been so cut down, so I really hope that I can stay on just working with normal Maya and I don't ever have to like swap to LT, because like it would suck having access to this and then in addition to trying to utilize like my old team's Maya, I have to like freaking use LT, and I'm just like, ah! But whatever. I just want to get back into modeling, so if I have to use LT, I will. I just I don't want to, so we'll see. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to figure out what's going on. Worst case, I'm just gonna try and get like a separate license and see if like working with LT instead of Maya as a full program works, because the thing is, if it is a matter of like my computer can't handle Maya right now, it should, but also I've had this computer for several years now, so I'm like, maybe I should downgrade. Not my computer, I mean Maya. So we'll see. I might try out a demo of that and see if it helps at all. But yeah, I'm just nervous about like, I'm just nervous, how do I put this? Like, I'm just nervous that like this is gonna keep happening because I haven't used Maya in a good while, and I want to say like the last time I was really active with it was with my original, or not my original, when I first got this computer, so I'm like, ugh, I mean, I could also look into seeing if I have to repair, like, if I have to replace the hardware too. I should probably look into that first. But also that's expensive. So I guess we'll see. I'm gonna do some investigating. I'm gonna, like, I'm hoping it's just a matter of I just happen to have too many Chrome tabs open, because that would be the simplest solution. And that would, you know, obviously not require me having to pay for like upgrading my hardware or something. I probably should upgrade my hardware, to be honest, because I would really like some more RAM, but like that's a thing for me to consider later. uh, anyways, yeah. Um, hopefully, um, hopefully I'll get it figured out by next art stream. Um, because I'd really hate for Maya to just crap out on me and stuff. So I love this program, and it's the one that has always clicked with me. So it's like, I want to find some way to make sure that this thing is going to continue working. The fact that it's fine with an empty scene is a good sign, but it also makes me nervous for what the hell is going on with my file. So I'm going to find out what's going on, and then hopefully we'll be okay next Thursday. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me. If I do get it working, like I said, I'm not streaming any further tonight, so I'm just gonna end it here, and then we'll be back Sunday with Tinykin, and then hopefully next Thursday's a little bit up in the air. I actually have to do overtime at my job, probably. I personally am a little bit doubtful, but also we'll see. So Thursday may or may not stream. If I don't, then it'll hopefully be the following Thursday. So just stay tuned on the Discord. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.